Welcome back, guys. Let's get this thing uncovered and let's get it started. So last video you saw us, we got the gas tank in. I don't know if I showed the car wash video or not. If I didn't, we washed it, and as you can see, it came out looking great. We have a battery hooked up, and we already started this, but for this video we are going to start this, and I'm going to show you how this runs and everything. But I did off camera. We already started this the other day and got it running and started kind of looking at stuff, but let's start this so you guys can hear it and see what we got. So with the key turned, we have a check flashing. All of our lights up there work. It just doesn't start with the key, which is, I think, the ignition switch inside, but I believe that is how we do this. But we have gotten this thing started, so we're gonna jump this and I'm gonna show you what it sounds like. Oh, well, that kind of... So we're still kind of cleaning out all the old gas out of the line. We have to clean our ICV. You see our ICV down there? We need to clean the ICV. I have new plugs, new wires, new thermostat housing, water pump, everything coming. So as you can tell, it runs a little rough, but sounds good once it gets going. So we got some adjustments to do. The idle control valve, we got to make sure it's plugged in and working and clean and everything. But once this thing starts to warm up, it actually sounds pretty good. Right now, I think we have a miss. We also have M50 injectors in here, which the other injectors are getting redone right now at Injector RX. And they'll be done, and then we will throw those in. But it idles right now, and you can kind of see it'll jump. But we also, this thing has been sitting for 20 years, 22 years. So, you know, the math could be bad, a whole bunch of stuff. So we are gonna go through everything and figure this out. But it runs. We got a check engine light. We do need to figure out the dash. So we do have like some lights on here, but we also have, like, we got to go through everything. Our radio does not have power. Our flashers aren't fully flashing, so we need to go through our fuse box. I got a whole bunch of new ones coming for all of these here. Like, there's a bunch here, but our headlights work. Our lights in the front work here, on all sides, the back. So we have lights. We do not have rear lights though. We have a license plate light, but no back lights. I think those are just bulbs. I ordered a whole bunch of new bulbs. We also don't have turn signals, left or right turn signals. So we need to figure that out. I think that is a fuse as well. Here in here, but we have a whole bunch of stuff to check out. But look at that, guys, it is running, it's idling, a little crappy, but it's idling. But we are gonna get this thing, so let's turn this off for a minute and let this let's go through the lights and figure some stuff out. So the one good thing is it does turn off with the key. So we're easy to turn it off. we do need to get back here while the lights are on. Oh, that's also why the cover was on the exhaust. But we're gonna get back here. I put the intake back there just for temporary because we need to put the filter back in. And I also got to figure out, make sure everything on the fuel pump is plugged in right. But we're gonna pop these off and we're gonna take a look at the rear lights and see if it's just bulbs or wiring. So let's see if we can get the rear lights to come on. So we're in the trunk and I'm trying to figure out why. So we have our lights on. I have the battery on a battery charger and we're trying to figure out why we don't have rear tail lights. So we are currently with our multimeter going through and checking, and we do have 12 volt power to our plug here. I don't know what all these actually stand for, so I need to look up the wiring diagram for this to see what all these are. But what I think is a lot of our stuff is, as you can see, after 20 years is pretty corroded. So we may pull these tail lights out, clean them up, clean all the metal, clean all the connectors, and put them back in. But let's mess around with this real quick for a little bit and see if we can't get at least some sort of power to these lights and see what's going on. So we are going to sand up the ends of these to clean them up. Also, big shout out to Marissa for the EcoMax fan from Costco. This thing squirts water and a fan, so it's keeping us super cool right now. So let's sand all this up and get back to it. Okay, so after cleaning up the bulbs and everything and sanding, we don't have any tail lights, reverse lights, or turn signals. So that leads me to believe that it is a fuse problem right here. A fuse problem. So we do have a small issue. If you look, we have a fuse here that is not OEM. Not at all. It's a little fuse link with a 25 amp fuse, and that fuse is melted in there. And this wire doesn't appear to be hooked to anything. But obviously that goes to supplementary fan, which I believe would have been the aux fan on the front. That has burned. It looks like it's melted. Looks like it melted the fuse originally, and they just took it out and replaced it with this. But I have all of these for the, different ones. I've ordered a couple new ones to replace all these. But our tail lights, dash lights, all that stuff is like down here, but these all appear to be good. Every fuse here looks to be in great condition, except for that one. So I don't know if it's a wiring issue, but let me figure out what these wires go to, because I do have power back here and I have power over there. So let me see. It's got to be a taillight issue then, or a bulb issue. But I'd be weird that all the bulbs are out all at once. But it's also a 20-year-old car. I mean, been sitting for 20 years, so that definitely could be a possibility. I also want to pull these off anyways, so clean up, polish around the body around it, and then polish up all the chrome and the lights and everything, get them looking good anyways. But I wanted to see if I could at least get them to work while they were in the car. That'd be a bonus, because all our side lights work. So let's keep digging. I don't have new bulbs coming till next week, but I can always get some to test or see what I got in here. Used to have a bunch of bulbs. Got a bunch of tail lights. See if any of the 5 Series go to 5 Series. Got some E29 lights. Let's see, do we have any bulbs in here? Da, da, da. Oh, we do. So, let's take some of these and see if we can't make something work. Oh, that one's busted. That one's no good. Set that one there. Oh, that one's no good. So, a bunch of these are already busted. So, that one's good. Okay, let's just see if we can get anything to work. Well, guys, we have a tail light. It was the bulbs and some cleaning, but we got them. So we are gonna try to do the other side so we can get a tail light on either side, and then we can work our way around to the other lights. But bulbs and some cleaning. Okay, guys. Well, we have tail lights. We need to figure out the rest, but I think it's a matter of new bulbs and a lot of cleaning the contacts. But that gives us a lights. So we have our headlights, our turn signals, our running lights, everything. We do not have turn signals as far as them functioning. That could be this in the stalk. We need to check all these. It could be the fuse up at the little solenoid, because I do not hear a click when you turn these on. We also don't have dash lights. We don't have radio. We have these illuminated now, but this doesn't work. The blower motor doesn't work. So there's still some things that we need to go through. Like, I would really like to have dash lights, but a lot of these work on here. See? And then high beams. High beams work. So they work. Fog lights, you know, we have fog lights. So we just have a few things that we still have to go through. And it may be bulbs back here for all those. It may just be a matter of we gotta go through all the freaking bulbs to get to it. But for tonight, that is it, guys. I'm gonna let this sit on the battery charger because we've had the lights on for like the last hour or so, going through stuff. We get a bunch of new parts coming in on, today is Tuesday. We have a bunch of parts coming in on Saturday. Water pump, a whole bunch of stuff. Next video, you'll see the laundry list of things that we have for this. But we are gonna get this car moving and grooving. Once we figure out, once we get the lights figured out, the engine running right, the injectors back in, and everything, we can actually move this thing around and drive it around. Once we have that, then I will go get new tires and all of the other accessory stuff. But I want to make sure that we get all the electronics work figured out, cleaned up, wired up, and everything before I go spend a bunch of money on other parts and stuff that we don't really need right now. But yeah, that's where we're at. It started, it runs, and we are working on lights.